Welcome to The Wealthiest, where you will learn the ins and outs about the world's elite, how they live and how they spend their accumulated wealth. Let's get started. Saudi Arabia, also referred to as the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, is a nation in Western Asia that is situated on the Arabian Peninsula. It is the second biggest Arab country and the largest in Western Asia, with a total land area of over 2,150 kilometers square. Some of the wealthiest individuals in the Middle East are said to reside in Saudi Arabia, with the richest individual having a net worth of roughly $14.3 billion. According to Wikipedia, the oil-rich nation of Saudi Arabia is sometimes the first to come to mind when discussing the wealthiest countries in the Middle East. And although this is true, there is much more going on behind the surface. Today we're going to look at what life is like for the ultra-affluent in the Asian country. Let's get started so that we may observe the enormous wealth of the royal family, the extravagant purchases made by the wealthy, such as many gold automobiles, and the circumstances behind the country's infamous detention of billionaires. The wealthiest people in the world have had a difficult year. There are now 2,668 billionaires worldwide, down from 2,755 in 2021. This year, 236 new people joined the list, and a total of 329 people left it. Global billionaires' combined net worth in 2022 was $12.7 trillion, down from $13.1 trillion in 2021. With the exception of Majid Al Futtaim, who died in December 2, 2021, the Middle East's list of the wealthiest Arabs in 2022 closely mirrors that of 2021. For the seventh year in a row, Saudi millionaires were left off of Forbes' list of the world's billionaires in 2022. With a $7.7 billion net worth, Nassef Sawiris is the richest Arab in the entire globe. His wealth decreased by $600 million from 2021 to this year, making him the Arab billionaire who suffered the most loss. The primary cause of this is a decline in Adidas stock price. Sawiris owns 6% of the company. The only Algerians on the list are billionaire Issa Rebrab and his family, who are the second richest Arabs in the world. The wealth of Najib Mikati, the Prime Minister of Lebanon, and his brother Talal increased by $700 million apiece, making them this year's largest gainers. Each of them is worth $3.2 billion. Richest in Saudi Arabia. The royal family must be mentioned while discussing the wealthiest individuals in Saudi Arabia. The current king is Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, also known as Salman of Saudi Arabia, and holding the title of Crown Prince. Mohammed bin Salman now holds the second most prestigious position, as determined by the House of Assad, the royal family's official name. The family's net wealth as of 2018 before perspective was $1.4 trillion, and that same year, the British royal family's net worth was $88 billion. Beyond the royal family, Mohammed Hussain AlAmati, a wealthy person from the Middle East, was born in Ethiopia and made his first fortune through building projects in Saudi Arabia. He later bought oil refineries in other nations, including Sweden and Morocco. AlAmati also works in agricultural, food production, and gold mining, which together have increased his estimated net worth to $8.3 billion as of this writing. Mohammed Binis AlJabbar is another billionaire who resides in Saudi Arabia. He founded and served as the CEO of the MBI Group, which owns a number of businesses, including JJW Hotels and Resorts, which operates luxury and affordable hotels in Europe and Africa. He is thought to be worth $9 billion at the time of writing. Big spenders. One item that the wealthy generally prefer to obtain is a car collection. To further make people drool is that they have made news with their expensive purchases in the Middle Eastern countries. One of the younger members of the extended Saudi royal family, Turki bin Abdullah, made the decision to start collecting gold cars. In 2017, the costly material is coated on every luxury car. He owned a Mercedes, a Jeep, a Lamborghini Aventador, a Rolls-Royce, and a Bentley Flying Spur, all of which were gold. The manufacturer's suggested retail value of a standard Lamborghini Aventador in 2017 was up to $535,000. Just his base cars are estimated to be worth more than $2 million when purchased all at once. Paintings are a must-have for the country's billionaires as well. In 2017, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia bought the Leonardo da Vinci piece Salvator Mundi, which sold for a record $450.3 million at a Christie's New York auction. Sailing the seas is another popular pastime of the wealthy, and the multimillionaires in Saudi Arabia are no exception. The artwork was was scheduled to go on display at Paris's Louvre Gallery in 2018, but it was abruptly cancelled. Instead, the artwork was apparently moved on board bin Salman's private yacht, the Serene. The 439 feet long Serene was one of the largest private yachts in existence when it was handed to Russian vodka tycoon Yuri Shepler in 2011. At the time, Bill Gates perhaps chartered the yacht for a price of $5 million per week. Later, in 2015, bin Salman fell in love with the boat and spent approximately $550 million on it. Falling foul, the Saudi Arabian purge, which began in 2017 and ended in 2019, saw a number of princes, businessmen, and government ministers detained as a result of an anti-corruption investigation that was launched only a few weeks earlier and was headed by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. However, the life of a gazillionaire in Saudi Arabia isn't all fast. Golden cars and expensive boats, over 2,000 bank accounts were frozen overall, and over 500 people were detained during this time. The Ritz-Carlton guest house in the capital city of Riyadh was cleared of its residents before it was used to house the detainees, many of whom spoke about the harsh treatment they received while they were being held. Prince Mohammed bin Abdullah, who led the National Guard till the 2017, was reportedly freed after having paid more than $1 billion for his settlement. The Saudi authorities suspected that $800 billion had been used for corruption, but in the end they were able to recover $106 billion from detainees. Prince Alwaleed bin Talal, a well-known billionaire investor who was frequently compared to Warren Buffett, was also arrested. He was a member of the royal family and frequently held views that they did not, such as advocating for women to drive in the country for a long time before it became law. As a result of the incident, Forbes decided to stop featuring Saudi Arabian inhabitants on their richest list starting in 2018. In 2015, bin Talal revealed his plan to give away his entire fortune to charity over the following years. At the time, this was estimated to be $32 billion. He formed Kingdom Holding Company, which as of this writing has an NKT cap value of $39.06 billion. Only a month before bin Talal was freed from prison in January 2, 2018, the Wall Street Journal reported that the cost of the billionaire's release was estimated to be at least $6 billion. Just before being arrested, it's unknown if this sum was originally paid in the settlement. Forbes estimates that bin Talal's personal wealth was $18 billion. Under the surface, despite having natural resources worth a staggering $34.4 trillion, Saudi Arabia's average resident is not as wealthy as the country's image would suggest. In 2013, the country said that the poverty level for its citizens was less than around $530 per month. The Saudi government doesn't publicize the precise numbers, so outside parties have had to create educated guesses. At the time, it was thought that between 2 and 4 million individuals earned less than this. Only the year prior, the country had reaped approximately $300 billion from its oil business. Since the unemployment rate hit 15.4% during the most recent global events, more people are now living in poverty, although the government has been working to address this growing issue throughout 2012. Abdullah bin Abdulaziz Al Saud pledged a financial boost for a number of initiatives to assist close the growing gap in poverty. He said that $37 billion worth would be spent on initiatives like housing salary rises, unemployment benefits, and other things. Additionally, there were plans to build a number of prosperous cities for residents to live and work in. Originally scheduled to be at least 1,000 meters (3,280 feet) tall and the tallest structure in the world, development on the Jeddah Tower began in 2013. However, due to the controversial Saudi Arabian purge, construction has been delayed since 2018. Initially, only a third of the tower's construction, which was supposed to cost $1.23 billion. This is everything I had to say about Saudi Arabia's richest kingdom. Which tycoon is your favorite and why? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like our videos and subscribe to our channel The Wealthiest. Thank you.